All right, let's talk about AI governance. But today, we're going to flip the script. We're going to look at how you can stop seeing it as this costly chore and start using it as a powerful blueprint for real success.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's the big question every company using AI is asking right now. Is this whole governance thing just more red tape, another checkbox exercise that slows everything down? Or is it actually a secret weapon, a real competitive edge? You know, when you hear the word governance, your mind probably jumps straight to rigid checklists and rulebooks, right? But that's the old way of thinking. The entire conversation is shifting now, away from a static rulebook and towards a dynamic, strategic playbook that can actually help you win. Okay, so let's dive right into the first big idea here. Putting a formal AI governance framework in place isn't just about dodging fines. It's a massive strategic decision. It's about turning compliance, something that feels like a defense move, into a powerful offense. Let's break down how.
First up, and this one is huge, it's all about trust. By committing to responsible AI with a real framework, you're not just saying you care, you're proving it. It's a public statement that builds incredible trust with your customers, and let's be honest, in a world where everyone's a little bit skeptical of AI, that's priceless. Second, think of it as your passport to the world. Seriously, new AI regulations are popping up everywhere. Having a certification like ISO 42001 shows you're already meeting the highest standards. This makes it so much easier to get into new markets or team up with big partners who absolutely demand compliance. And number three, and this might be a little counterintuitive, it actually makes your AI better, way better. Why? Because these frameworks force you to be rigorous. You have to do the risk analysis, you have to monitor performance. All that work leads to AI systems that are just more robust and reliable. You can innovate faster and with way more confidence. This quote really just nails it. We're in an era of skepticism. So being the company that people can actually trust with AI, that's not just some feel-good slogan. It's a powerful, tangible advantage that truly sets you apart from everyone else. Now let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about corporate strategy and bottom lines. AI governance has a very real impact on people, on society. And getting this right isn't just an ethical duty. It's absolutely crucial for building a brand that's seen as both reputable and resilient. So how do we actually do this? Well, it boils down to three core principles that frameworks like NIST and ISO help you put into action. They give you the tools to actively hunt down and reduce bias, to make your AI systems transparent, and to make sure there's always a human in the driver's seat. Let's just double-click on that transparency piece for a moment. It's all about this idea called explainability, or XAI. It means you can actually peel back the layers of the AI black box and understand why it made a certain decision. And when you're talking about things that can literally change someone's life, like getting a job, a loan, or a diagnosis, because the computer said so is not an acceptable answer. It's absolutely essential for trust. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the why. Now let's get into the how. How do you build a practical plan that's actually future-proof? Well, the key thing to understand is that you don't have to choose just one framework. They can actually work together to make your strategy even stronger. And this is how they fit together so well. Think of the NIST framework as your training ground. It's super flexible. It lets you build up your risk management muscles at your own pace. Then, all the work you do there becomes the perfect foundation to go for a formal certification like ISO 42001. It's a natural progression. And here is a huge practical win. ISO 42001 is designed to plug right into the other big management systems you probably already use for things like quality control or information security. So AI governance doesn't become this separate, isolated island. It gets woven into a single, unified system. So much smarter. This timeline really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? The regulatory world is moving fast. If you adopt these frameworks now, you are getting way ahead of the curve. So when new laws like the big EU AI Act really kick in, you're not scrambling to catch up. You're already leading the pack. So we've covered the high-level strategy and the practical application. Now it's time to bring it all home and talk about the next step, how to move from just thinking about this to actually doing something about it. If you only take one single thing away from all this, please let it be this. You have to make a mental shift. Stop seeing AI governance as a barrier that gets in your way. Start seeing it for what it really is. a catalyst, a launchpad for responsible, trustworthy, and ultimately much more successful innovation.
And that brings us to one last question for you to think about. Is the AI you're building designed with a real, future-proof strategy? Or is it just built for today, with a plan to just deal with tomorrow's problems when they show up? The choice really is yours.